Hello, this is Mark Sabatella from Outside Shore Music, home of mastering MuseScore. In this week's tip, I want to show you a simple little new feature that's quite useful, and this is an undo history. I've been editing a score, simple little piece of music here. Ooh, let me delete this MF. I see that I have two MFs here. I'm going to delete that. That's the last editing operation I did, and I think we all know if I press Control Z or click the undo button, it's going to undo that operation. But let's take a look at this in more detail. Notice that when I hover over these buttons, it tells me specifically what I'm going to undo. If I click if I hover over the redo button, it tells me what it's going to redo. So there's the redoing that delete. Here is the undoing of that delete, and it tells me what the specific operation is. The next one in line, when I hover over the undo button, was keystroke edit. I think that is, yes, I had edited my name here under the composer field. So you can see kind of one step at a time what you're going to be doing, undoing or redoing, which is nice. But beyond that, you can also come to the View menu and open up a panel that says History. And when you do that, now you've got a history of all the steps that you've taken since you created the score. And you can go back to, oh, here's the point where I first added this dynamic marking at the beginning there. If I click there, it's going to undo everything up to that point. And then I can also go back and undo one more step past there, right? And there's where, that's now telling me that the next thing that I've done was adding a note to a chord, undo past there, and you'll see that's where I did that. So you can see exactly where you're doing, where you are undoing. Here's all the steps in italics here, where you can redo. Like if I want to redo up to the point where I copied and did some copy and pasting, but before I added the layout break, that's where I do that. So it's a simple little feature that's part of a lot of other editing programs, but MuseScore hasn't really had anything like this until now, and now it does. I should mention that this history is only good for the duration of your editing session, so it's not saved with your score, so you're not going to be able to go back to scores that were created weeks ago and saved and closed and go back and play with the undo history. It is just the history of that session, and yet it is extremely useful, so I hope you enjoy using it.